Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you another Injustice Gods Among Us video. In this video we do the full promotions for Dawn of Justice Batman up to level 50 Elite 7. As you guys see right here, we need about 30,000 XP to actually hit level 50. We'll probably be doing that within the next couple of fights here. So, you see the gear that we're actually using. This is the optimal gear since we don't have any actual crit chance. League of Assassins Adept Hood will give you crit chance on base attacks, more damage on crit attack, and disabling enemy specials. The Cloak of Destiny, more damage on crit attacks, increased damage against stun. This is probably the best gear item for Dawn of Justice Batman because every time he evades a special attack, which is about 60 to 70% of the time, most of the time you do get a chance to stun the opponent. And finally, the LexCorp Gauntlets do give you a crit chance on Special 1. And it also gives you a way to also heal up your Dawn of Justice Batman, assuming that Special 1 moves don't suck, which we will be testing, obviously, in Survival Mode after we hit level 50. So, in the first level up fight, we have Animated Harley Quinn, the Killing Joke Joker, and Harley Quinn. All cards are level 50, Elite 7. So if it takes 2 fights, that's perfectly alright. Hammer Slam is going to connect on Arkham Origins Batman. Harley Quinn is gone. When that Harley Quinn comes in, we're going to go off the Dark Knight. I don't know if this is enough to actually get rid of the Killing Joke Joker because half a hero does reduce the damage of stuff by 50%. That is not quite enough. 48,000 damage, but we bash him out in one hit for the victory in the first level of fight. 29,432 XP as we barely missed level 50. 2,250 credits. So the second level up fight we have Containment Doomsday, Regime Solomon Grundy, and Prison Superman. All cards are level 50, Elite 7, with the middle card being Bronze. So being forced to use level 1 moves. Such a lady 2015. Appreciate the Instagram like. As there's probably extremely high traffic because of the Elite 7 potential of Dawn of Justice Batman, now a reality. Countless Zest is going to do some damage on Batman, and we're going to heal a good portion of that back up. Double stun there. So Containment Doomsday is gone, a third heal. Born on a Monday. So now we just have to deal with Prison Superman. That should be extremely easy. Prison Superman doesn't do a lot of damage. We'll go off another Batarang and try for a stun. Prison Superman eliminate for the victory in the second level up fight. 29,484 XP. Dawn of Justice Batman hits level 50. 2,280 credits. So with all Alliance support cards and the personal enhancements, Dawn of Justice Batman has 10,179 damage, 17,496 health. So Batman has a chance to evade all special attacks and debuffs. After evading, Batman has a 100% chance to stun the opponent. Now the opponent can tag out, and the evading, of course, will not work for that. You have a couple second leeway to do that. So the Explosive Batarang, unpromoted, 1,017 to 1,832 damage. The level 2 move, Gotham Justice, 6,107 to 12,214. And the Dark Knight, 15,268 damage. So promoting up to Elite 1, damage goes from 10,179 to 15,269. Health goes from 17,496 to 26,244. So the Explosive Batarang at Elite 1, 1,526 to 2,748. Gotham Justice, 9,161 to 18,322. And the Dark Knight, 22,903 damage. So promoting to Elite 2, damage goes from 15,269 to 20,358, which is really good for only 2 promotions. Health goes from 26,244 to 34,992. Keep in mind, Dawn of Justice Batman has 1,300 base damage, 1,200 health. The most damage compared to Dawn of Justice Batman. I believe Justice League Wonder Woman also has that. So at Elite 2, Explosive Batarang, 2,035 to 3,664 damage. Gotham Justice, 12,214 to 24,429. And the Dark Knight, 30,537 damage. So promoting up to Elite 3, damage goes from 20,358 to 30,537. Health goes from 34,992 to 52,488, and Elite 3 is usually the big jump. Now we're going to take a quick look here at the overall damage of the cards. This is a really significant factor before we get back into the promotion. So we're going to go sort by damage. So here already at Elite 3, Dawn of Justice Batman is right where Red Sun Solomon Grundy is at 7 promotions, pretty much right there. And Mortal Kombat Scorpion has left with 5 promotions. Martian Manhunter at Elite 7 and Black Adam at 750 base damage have less damage than Dawn of Justice Batman at Elite 3. Very important stats there. So at Elite 3, Explosive Batarang 3,053 to 5,496. Gotham Justice 18,322 to 36,644. And the Dark Knight 45,805 damage. So promoting up to Elite 4, damage goes from 30,537 to 35,627. Health goes from 52,488 to 62,986. So at Elite 4, Explosive Battering 3,562 to 6,412. Gotham Justice 21,376 to 42,752. And the Dark Knight 53,440 damage. So promoting up to Elite 5, damage goes from 35,627 to 40,716. Health goes from 62,986 to 69,984. Now we're going to take a look again at the stats here. So why is that 30,000 damage? Oh, we didn't actually do the promotion. Yeah, we did. Why does it still say Elite 3? That's weird. What the hell? Why is there... What? That's really weird. It doesn't update survival mode apparently. So, as you see, 40,716 damage. The only one that actually has more than that, unaugmented, is Darkseid. Obviously, there are cards that have more than that, like Ares and Justice League Wonder Woman, but that just gives you an idea how ridiculous Dawn of Justice Batman is. So at Elite 5, Explosive Batarang 4,071 to 7,328. Gotham Justice 24,429 to 48,859. And the Dark Knight 61,074 damage. So promoting up to Elite 6, damage goes from 40,716 to 45,805. Damage goes from 69,984 to 78,732. Explosive Batarang 4,580 to 8,244. Gotham Justice 27,483 to 54,966. And the Dark Knight 68,707 damage. So all the way at Elite 7, damage goes from 45,805 to 50,895. Health goes from 78,732 to 87,480. So to get an idea of the health, 87,480. Martian Manhunter and Darkseid both have that at 1,200 base. Red Sun Green Lantern comes the closest at 1,150. Regime Superman and Red Sun Superman base 800, as well as Arkham Origins Batman, their base 1,100. Doomsday has 1,050, and Red Sun Wonder Woman has 1,000. Arkham Harley Quinn has 950, and Red Sun Solomon Grundy has 900. So again, you get the idea of Dawn of Justice Batman. Obviously, it's not level 50 Elite 3. For some reason, it doesn't actually update when you're in the Survivor Mode panel until you actually get out of it. So the Explosive Batarang unpromoted at Elite 7 level 50, 5,089 to 9,161. At rank 2, 5,598 to 10,077. At rank 3, 6,107 to 10,993. Rank 4, 6,616 to 11,909. Rank 5, 7,125 to 12,825. At rank 6, 7,379 to 13,283. Actually, rank 6. At rank 7, 7,634 to 13,741. At rank 8, 7,888 to 14,199. Rank 9, 8,143 to 14,657. And fully promoted 8,397 to 15,115. So the Gotham Justice unpromoted 30,536 to 61,073. Rank 2, 33,590 to 67,181. At rank 3, 36,644 to 73,288. Rank 4, 39,698 to 79,396. This is already getting ridiculous. At rank 5, 42,751 to 85,503. At rank 6, 44,278 to 88,557. At rank 7, 45,805 to 91,611. At rank 8, 47,332 to 94,664. At rank 9, 48,859 to 97,718. And fully promoted 50,386 to 100,772 damage. So the Dark Knight unpromoted 76,342. At rank 1, 83,000, or rank 2, 83,976. Rank 3, 91,611. At rank 4, 99,245. At rank 5, 106,879. At rank 6, 110,696. At rank 7, 114,513. At rank 8, 118,330. At rank 9, 122,148. And fully promoted 125,965 damage. Keep in mind, Batman does have this rare gear item that can actually synergize really well with that, and that is the militarized Batmobile. Why is this gear item actually potentially good, especially with Arkham Knight Batman? The fact that you increase the super move damage by up to another 20%, and you also deal up to 25% damage to the entire team. So if a 125,000 damage gets upgraded to 20%, now you're talking about 160,000, and 40,000 of that gets turned into your opponent. So in multiplayer, if you get off a super move, you're basically taking out half of the health from the opponent, minus mitigate the augments and any gear that buffs health, like Batman's gear item, the militarized Batmobile, or the fourth world chestplate. And another side effect is invulnerability after your super move is activated. The reason this effect is actually pretty powerful is, like the ability from Dawn of Justice Batman, it completely negates all damage done to you, special, super moves, whatever, while that's active. So instead of the League of Assassins Adept Hood, we're actually going to use the militarized Batmobile, as we need the League of Assassins Adept Hood for, well, we need the LexCorp Gauntlets for crit on special ones. So we're going to start off by doing a survival run. We're going to throw in the new Dawn of Justice Batman, because obviously got way more damage than even Red Sun Superman with no augments. So you get about 33% of stats, so you're talking almost 70,000 damage with augments. We're going to throw in Arkham Origins Deathstroke, and we're going to put in Doomsday for this session as well. So we're going to go into Survivor mode, and we're going to go build a team. I don't know, well, health, obviously, Red Sun Superman wins there. We're going to throw in Arkham Origins Batman, Dawn of Justice Batman, and Doomsday. And obviously, Dawn of Justice Batman is ready to go. Arkham Origins Batman we have geared up as well. And for Doomsday, we're going to throw the entire fourth world set on him. That way we can actually fuel up to 3 bars if needed. And yeah, it's not the way you're supposed to gear up Doomsday, but Dawn of Justice Batman is the one that's going to be wrecking me. So obviously, eventually we're going to need some form of heals with him, but for right now, we're just going to do some tests and have a little bit of fun. So in the first fight of Survivor mode, we get double credits. So we have Regime Superman, Doomsday, Green Lantern, Sinestro. And obviously with this setup, you want to have like supplemental usage, like Justice League Wonder Woman obviously works really good with Dawn of Justice Batman. And the fourth world mace is actually pretty good too, considering that you also absorb some of the damage. So we do not get a stun because they tag out. So Sinestro is in. Death from Above, block for 10,000. We're actually working our way up to 3 bars on purpose just to test out the Batmobile. Now, we don't want to tag out with Green Lantern Sinestro, as we will take a portion, or we'll actually do take more damage for the special. Flying Punch, block for 11,000. So this is actually really good because everybody is at 1 bar. We're going to go off the Dark Knight and destroy Superman. And we're going to see how much damage the militarized Batmobile at +3 does to everybody else. So 31,000 damage to the team. Ultimate liftoff evaded, but even if it wasn't, it would still do a lot of damage. So we get some stun value from the special there. Ultimate liftoff this time blocked for 7882. We're going to go off the explosive battering, which did trigger the LexCorp heal. And it still knocks out Doomsday. That's above blocked for 10,000. And we're going to go off a second Dark Knight. Green Lantern Sinestro eliminated. $97,092 damage for the victory in the first fight. 8,138 XP. Now obviously Dawn of Justice Batman has taken a little bit of a beating, but at the same time we're using gear that really doesn't optimize healing. So now we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to throw on the entire Fourth World set on Dawn of Justice Batman. And the reason this really isn't a big deal is the fact that he does so much damage, it's probably not going to matter. And the healing from the Fourth World set is actually a lot better than it was. You get a larger amount over a smaller period of time. So we barely avoid the major XP augment and get double credits again. So here we have Crypto Lex Luthor. Having somebody with the LexCorp set would be awesome right now. So you still see heavy attacking for about 2,000. And there is the Fourth World heal. So you saw that Dawn of Justice Batman was down about half health. So the Fourth World heals like 40% over a pretty quick time. So we get the stun. We're just going to get rid of Cyborg because he's black. Actually, did not get rid of him, but pretty close. So the Arkham Knight is in. We're going to get in Dawn of Justice Batman, and we get a stun from the Fourth World helmet. So we're going to use our Batarangs. Gotham Knight on. Dawn of Justice Batman did connect there. No evasion. Power Fist does get evaded. Cyborg gets wiped out before he can even stun him. World Domination does connect on Dawn of Justice Batman, and we're playing a little bit sloppy now. Luckily, we have the Fourth World gear to heal up. And luckily, with deflect mechanics, you also generate power every time you deflect. So we're going to go off another power drain, or another Batarang. That does deal with the Arkham Knight, so we heal up a decent amount. Another explosive Batarang would give us the heal to basically heal up close to full as Crypto Lex Luthor gets wiped out for the victory in the second fight. 8,164 XP. Now, obviously, this is kind of just goofing around. Obviously, we would take it a little more seriously. Now we're going to throw on the LexCorp set on Arkham Origins Batman. And I don't mind actually healing with him, so we're going to throw him in first. That way we can basically just get some healing. Batman. So in this setup here, we're not actually going to use the gauntlets. We're not really worried about the three-piece. We're going to use the Fourth World Mace and deal a little area damage to the team as well. So now with Dawn of Justice Batman, instead of the Fourth World set, we're going to try out some basic damage. You can also use Batman's gear item, which will give him some health, but it will also give him the ability to disable enemy specials and some other garbage. So with Doomsday, we're going to throw in the Ibis Stick. We're going to give him Clark Kent's glasses, and we're going to give him the Fourth World helmet. Basically, he's going to come in, Earthshake, and heal right back up. Dawn of Justice Batman, I'm sure, gets a lot more value at higher levels. So Containment Doomsday is actually a really good target. Apocalypse Darkseid in the third fight. So we're going to go off the Winged Avenger. That triggers 3 lives already. So the evasion on the ultimate liftoff. I don't know how much damage that does. We should actually test that as well. Black Racer is really bad because of the bleed effect. So we want to try to avoid that if possible. So Mega Blast through the explosive battering. Rage Slam blocked for 4301. You see 9,009 damage without any crit damage or crit chance augments. So there's the evasion. 10,000 damage from the stun mechanic. That's actually pretty good. And here the explosive battering should be enough to finish off Apocalypse Darkseid. Now we're going to go off the Earthshake, and Apocalypse Darkseid eliminated for the victory in the third fight, and Doomsday heals up as well. 8,190 XP. Alright, so we got most of our health back. Obviously, the Knife Collection and Bone Spikes are really good past Fight 8 when the regeneration is turned off. Here we're going to get some red shards. And again, we're kind of dicking around survival mode. If this was a serious matchup, we'd use Arkham Origins Batman, Doomsday, and Raven for the earlier fights. We're going to go off the Winged Avenger early. So you see the Fourth World Mace really doesn't do that much area damage, but it's also not really upgraded. 5% is nothing compared to 15%. But the main benefit, of course, the power drain on special too, which is probably why a Vampire Vibe hates on me not using the Fourth World Mace, because power drain mechanics are very strong at higher levels. So here we can probably get some value, especially if we get to 2 bars and we get an evasion fairly soon. And we do get an evasion there. So we stun for 10,000. And I don't know how Zod's going to survive a level 2 move. So we're going to go off the Gotham Justice, and Zod gets massacred for the victory in the 4th fight. With some crit gear, I imagine that's even insane. 8,216 XP. And then we get some red shards, another 1,560 credits. So we're in fight 5 and really no issues whatsoever. The guys obviously have considerably more health because we're using all Elite 7 guys, and Dawn of Justice Batman has some pretty sick stats. One thing about survival mode, for some reason it's tailored to your guys' stats, so using like health and damage augments may work against you versus using crit damage, crit chance augments, as that's probably not going to affect you nearly as much as raw stats. So using those might actually be bad, even if it helps you win multiplayer better. So you saw the evasion, which is serious value for Dawn of Justice Batman, because you really don't need as much blocking here. You can go a little more offensively. So here we're going to stun Batgirl. The Redemption is not blocked. That does a lot of damage to Dawn of Justice Batman. We have to get to a bar, and we do so. So now we're probably going to have to switch to Fourth World after this. Doomsday's at 2 bars. We're going to go off the Earthshake. This is not blocked. We'll easily deal with Batgirl. Yes, we do, for the victory. 8,242 XP. And we get 3 green shards, another 1,680 credits. So now Dawn of Justice Batman is starting to get down on health. So we're going to switch back to the Fourth World set. Obviously, after Fight 8, you can't use that for healing, but you still kind of want a piece of blocking here. Alright. So Arkham Origins Batman has Lexport. Doomsday, we're going to throw some basic damage gear on him now. We give him the Knife Collection, Prometheum, and the Powered Eskrima Sticks. Now keep in mind with Arkham Origins Batman, you don't need the 3-piece Lexport. I actually recommend 2 and the Ibis Stick. If you need to do 800 damage a second to somebody, that's pretty pathetic. I think I'd rather have the burning effect from the Ibis Stick and then stacking it with the Lexcorp helmet. So we barely miss a ticket and get double credit. So we have Justice League, Wonder Woman, Apocalypse Darkseid, and Red Lantern Hal Jordan at 2 bars. Going off the Winged Avenger on Justice League Wonder Woman, that does wipe her out. Rage of Atrocious. And that burning is going to be really good against Red Lantern Hal Jordan. We do get the stun as well. We have to make sure we don't take a level 2 move. Apocalypse Darkseid is in, and there's the bleeding we have to avoid. Now Doomsday is in. Mega Blast block for about 12,000. Red Lantern Hell Jordan is we're actually going to save him. There's the stun off of the Fourth World Helmet. So Red Lantern Hell Jordan can't even use a special anymore. So we're going to get some value on Doomsday, assuming he doesn't tag out. We're going to wait a couple seconds. And we're going to go off the Earthshake. Red Lantern Hell Jordan will get massacred. And we get another stun. We're going to go off the Explosive Batarang. So the Explosive Batarang again on Apocalypse Darkseid. And we're going to go off the Winged Avenger. Apocalypse Darkseid eliminated for the victory in the 6th fight as Arkham Origins Batman also heals up a little bit. 8,268 XP. Now the interesting thing about Arkham Origins Batman is because he starts at 2 bars, the Arkham Knight can actually start at 3 bars with the Ra's al Ghul's dagger. You have some pretty interesting combinations here because you have a lot of power. You have Dawn of Justice Batman that can actually soak up specials. And then you have multiple ways to basically just whittle down opponents early. So we're going to leave the Fourth World set on Dawn of Justice Batman for one more fight. And we're going to get the worthless purple shards that really need to be converted. I still think the notion of using 3 shards for one purple shard is the best way to do it. So we're going to trigger some burn damage. We can still use level 1 moves, so Dawn of Justice Batman is going to get some serious value against the bleed heavy team. Now we still want to avoid bleeding. The evasion, of course, would stop the bleed effect from anything from working, so you get some serious value there. And 100% chance of stun, of course, doesn't work if the opponent blocks. We do not get a stun there. Flip kick gets evaded as well, and this is where Dawn of Justice Batman can get some serious value, although the stun is not, as you see, 100% reliable. There's a flip kick. It seems like certain moves like push the opponent back, like you see, Mortal Kombat X Scorpion actually steps back after the flip kick, so that's probably a big fail. Trident Rush is not evaded, so we're going to use the Fourth World Gear and heal up. So block spamming from the opponent. Look at that block spamming in action. We get a stun off. It doesn't really matter because we can only use super moves and level 1 moves. Scaredy Cat is also not evaded, but again, the Fourth World 3-piece coming into play here, we basically just absorb the whole thing. Obviously, the Fourth World Helmet fully upgraded would give us a little more block chance, so the damage would not be as extreme if it was maxed out. The Doom Slice, however, does not get absorbed here. Big bleed damage, 30,000 damage. We're going to go off the Dark Knight, get rid of Mortal Kombat X Scorpion. So now before we use Dawn of Justice Batman, because of the heavy bleed damage, we actually have to wait till he gets to 1 bar. Trident Toss block, we're going to get Doomsday. We're going to go off the Mass Destruction. And Dawn of Justice Batman does have 1 bar, so we're just going to wait for Catwoman to use a special on Doomsday and quickly tag out. Doomsday, of course, gets serious value because of that massive healing. So I don't know how much healing Dawn of Justice Batman's going to do, but he's going to heal up a little bit. Yeah, not a whole lot for the victory in the 7th fight. 8,294 XP. As we get some purple shards. So we're going to heal up Dawn of Justice Batman, but not Arkham Origins Batman. And we're going to throw basic damage gear back on Dawn of Justice Batman. Prometheum Longsword, Knife Collection, and the Powered Escrima 6. Now, in the case of fights 8 and above, you can obviously get some value out of the Cloak of Destiny, but you do need some healing as well. And obviously, if you're 5250, you can get away with using gear items like the Knife Collection and other things to generate damage as well. So Doomsday, I'm going to give the Cloak of Destiny. We are going to give him the NetherRealm Kama and the Mark of Lady Shiva for some crit abilities as well. And Arkham Origins Batman, we're going to leave his gear alone because we need somebody that can burn. So basically now Dawn of Justice Batman has to heal from Special 1 spin. We're going to get double credits as we barely missed a gear on it. Here Doomsday can also get some serious value. A stun from Martian Manhunter, followed up by a heavy attack. We're going to go off the Winged Avenger. Does partially heal Batman, so there's the burn damage, which is still one of the strongest mechanics. Mental damage, Lobo tags out. That's actually really good. Quick charge blocked, and Dawn of Justice Batman pretty much gone at this point. We're going to go off the explosive batarang to burn. Phase Assault also blocked. And we're going to finish burning Martian Manhunter. Now, at this point, we probably want to get Doomsday in because he's the freshest. Although we still have to be careful of Arkham Origins Deathstroke. And this is where a power drain would be very handy. That hits for quite a bit of damage. Deathstroke is probably going to unload. Yes, he does. So if Dawn of Justice Batman can get to 2 bars, and if he can get an evade, that would be awesome too. Gotham Justice on Arkham Origins Deathstroke. That is enough to get rid of him, so Martian Manhunter comes in. And we're going to go off the explosive batarang on him. That stun is really good, although we could have just let him wait. Phase Assault will probably do a little bit of damage there. The LexCorp helmet, of course, also avoids damage too. So having blocking gear on somebody is, of course, still important on Fight 8 and beyond. Game Over will not deal with Arkham Origins Batman. And we still manage to wipe out Lobo for the victory in the 8th fight. So obviously a little bit better gearing, and Doomsday probably wouldn't have been wiped out. 8,320 XP. So we're going to wrap up this portion of the video here as you got to see Dawn of Justice Batman in action quite a bit. If you like this video on promoting Dawn of Justice Batman to level 50 Elite 7 and showing off some of his abilities in Survivor mode, please give this video a like rating, comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other Injustice Gods Among Us videos, my playlist, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono. And remember, in Survivor mode, Raven is probably still one of the best options for manipulating health. Have a wonderful day, kids.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!